What's up, Sagittarius? Star Surfer here with the monthly tarot read for July 2023 for my Sagittarius. How y'all doing? I hope your month is off to a good start. I'm going to do something a little different this month. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about it. I'm going to skip right into the tarot reading. And if you would like to see the astrological breakdown return, comment below. If you like skipping straight into the tarot read because all the astrology is confusing, let me know that too. You can find a link in the info below this video to my Etsy shop where you can book a personal reading with me. We can do an astrology reading, we can do a tarot reading, we can do an oracle card reading, whatever you feel like you need, whatever spirit is telling me you need as well. And then lastly, but certainly not leastly, and I know this is annoying, you hear it all the time, but I'm gonna repeat it anyway because it's important, because the algorithm, trademark. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. New content creators such as myself very much appreciate it. It helps us pop up there. So if you like what you see, if something resonated here for you, please give me a like, give me a comment, hit the subscribe button. All right, my Saggies. How you feeling? I was tuning into your energy today. Again, wait, preface. Y'all are ready to go, which is why I was jumping right in. But this is a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. A lot of people, large range of energies that I'm tuning into. So this reading won't be for everyone. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to start with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck. I was meditating and tuning into your energy, and I was getting just images of like road trip, open road, getting in the car with friends, setting out, like open highway, tunes blaring, windows down, sun on our face, like feeling like we're setting out on an adventure. And Sagittarius, you love an adventure, so let's see what the cards have to say about that. But it felt good. Like, again, I was like jumping right in the reading because y'all are like in the car ready to go, waiting. Come on, we're going. We got places to go, people to see, things to accomplish. We're ready. We're setting out. A journey. It's really yummy energy. I'm enjoying. Thank you for sharing it with me. I'm enjoying it. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Any messages or insights for my Sagittarius? Wow. The camel and cosmic egg. Crown chakra, uppermost chakra, where we connect to cosmic consciousness, and the camel, which I see as like making it through a hardship, through the desert, right? With whatever resources you can carry on your back. It's like, it feels to me like you are coming out of this right now, and you feel like you might have felt very alone for a long time, like very unsupported. Kind of like I'm here on my own. I'm out here on my own. Like I'm like in these streets on my own. Nobody got my back but me. But now it feels like you survived that one because you're very strong and capable. But it feels to me like with this like spiritual contact card, the crown chakra card, it feels to me like you are coming out of that. Like you're beginning to like vibe more connected, which is lovely. And you survive, like you're coming through this. You're beyond that. You're coming out of it now. With the Eight of Spirit, you feel strengthened through hardship, right? And you survived it. Things were probably very tricky for a long time. Any other messages or insights? Any other messages or insights for my Sagittarius? Any other messages? Oh my gosh, so much just fell out. I have the frog and the fox, the dragon, and the panther. Let's break that down. Let me sit with it for a moment. So this situation, this hardship, this like 40 days, 40 nights in the desert, whatever you're coming out of now, that like you were kind of like out here on your own, like we're just like, nobody's got my back but me. I've got to get through it. Like, you were smart enough. One, the fox is like a trickster, wily coyote kind of energy. It's like, no matter what obstacles were thrown in your way, you were able to like maneuver through them, and not just like get through them, but like thrive through them. This is like adaptable energy. It's mercurial energy. It's very intelligent. It's like you were able to like scheme and like shift tactics to get through whatever this dark period was. I'm really wanting to say like dark night of the soul. This feels like that. Like you feel like you might not even have been, because you were just doing what needed to be done. You were just getting shit done. And you might not even have realized until you got out of it, because this is the frog is the card of like emotional catharsis and release. You might not even have realized until you started to get out of this dark night, like how dark it was, because you were so busy just trying to survive, just trying to get through, just trying to like figure out what needed to be done. What do I have to, how do I get through today? Right? And like the weight that you were carrying, you didn't even have time to like acknowledge or like cope with it. You were just pushing through it. And it's funny, it's like there can be those times of like crisis. This feels like extended crisis, like not acute. It's like an ongoing something. You're coming out of it now, but it felt like it was like heightened stress for a very long time, a prolonged amount of time. There can be times in moments of crisis that it's like the adrenaline surges and you're just like so in it that you're taking care of shit. It's like, you know, the mom flipping the car off the kid. It's like, I don't have time to think about my feelings right now because I just need to get this crisis like managed, right? I just need to figure it out. And then the minute the crisis ends and you like get home from the car accident or whatever is like when it hits you, the wave hits you and you're like sobbing, crying. You're safe, you're beyond it. You just like went into like warrior mode and like figured it out. Very like reptilian brain, survivor brain. It's like, I'm cutting out all the noise because I'm focused on surviving right now. And then the minute, right? Focused on surviving right now. And then the minute, or maybe, you know, like a little bit after I like come down from that and can like sit with what happened, especially when it's an ongoing process, it's like you just get stuck in that reptilian like fight flight mode of like survive, tunnel vision, like survive. And then the minute you can like have space to breathe, the wave hits you and you're just like sobbing and you're like, I had my shit together. Like I really got us through that. I really like figured out what needed to be done and got myself through that. But now that I'm beyond it, I'm like, you know, I'm like freaking out because I realized how close that might have been, how close, whatever disaster might have been, or how difficult that was, or everything I had to kind of like turn offline to focus on surviving is now online and is like flooding me. And so there might be a moment of like release, but no, if you are in that moment of like, just like the tidal wave, the dam bursts, like it all comes back online and like explodes. Like if you are in that moment, take that as a positive sign that you survived it, you got beyond it. And now your body is like, okay, I know I'm safe now, so I can process this emotionally. Because if it doesn't think you're safe, it's like, we don't have time to waste on emotions. I don't have energy to waste on like tears. I just got to get through it, right? The camel's got to save all the water it can. The kid can't cry. It's got to save that water. But the minute it gets to like, you know, the minute this kind of energy subsides and recedes, it's like, oh, okay, now I have the water to spare for some fucking tears, right? Tears, crying, releasing. I was so focused on surviving that I shut that part of me off, but now I'm beyond it. I'm like, oh my God, that was so hard. That was so hard. But here's the thing. Dragon, solar plexus, chakra, the chakra where we like define and work with our personal power. It's the power center, right? In terms of like chakras. Whatever you survived, whatever you got through, like got you in touch with a power within you that you might not have known you had. You might not have like thought you could survive something like this. You might have been like, I've seen people go through things like that, and I just like hope I never have to go through it because I don't think I could do it. And then you did it. So this is a reminder that you're so powerful. You know this now. It's undeniable. No one can argue. There is not a single argument that holds water against how strong you are. Look at what you survived. Like, who with any brain cells left could be like, oh no, like they're weak. No. It's an impossible argument to make now. You know this. The last card that fell out, the Panther, is anger. I feel it. And it's like almost so, and this, I feel so angry I want to like cry, right? And I feel like you, now that you are beyond this moment, this like dark night of the soul, when it really felt like you were the only one who had your back and you did whatever you needed to do to survive, and now you survived it and you're like emotionally processing it. Part of it is grief and overwhelm. But again, if you're feeling that, it knows you're beyond it. It means you're beyond it. You're powerful. But also part of it is like anger of like, I cannot believe X, Y, and Z happened. You know, I cannot believe like my job fired me. I cannot believe like my friends abandoned me. It's like rage. Just like, I can't believe this is what I had to go through. What the fuck? Right? It's like mad. Here's what I'll say. Take that anger and channel it into power. Because this is what you have now. Anger will keep you focused on this, the past, what we're coming out of. And it's understandable that you feel angry if this is a reading that resonates for you. Because like, oh my God, you were alone. You were abandoned. This fucked up thing happened. Like, you had to figure it all out on your own. Like, it was crisis. It probably felt to your body life or death. And this feels like it was like prolonged. It wasn't like a moment. It was like a year of your life, something like that. So it's like the toll was taken. You were angry, but this anger will keep you focused on what you've already come out of, instead of like getting you in touch with your power. Dragon, breathing fire, right? Channel and funnel and transmute that rage into power, into drive. Make sure that you never do to others what was done to you, right? Let it be a sign of that, of like, you know what? I would never do that to somebody. How dare people did it to me, but I know how it feels and I will never do it. I will never be on the other end of that. I will never be the person that makes someone feel the way I was made to feel. Channel the rage into power, into drive, and let it motivate you to never be on the offering end of what you received. And then overall, the whale. You're so strong. You're so strong. You're so strong. I really want to cry. I really want to cry. Wow. This is very High Priestess energy. It's like feminine power energy. Like, you can survive depths that few people, and there's testament to this in your recent past. You can survive depths that like most people would be crushed by, and come out not only just surviving, but more powerful, more connected to spirituality, more emotionally aware, strong, graceful. This is like the kind of person that deserves a fucking Olympic gold medal for the overcoming, right? That's where I feel like you are at. Somebody give this person a medal, please, please. You deserve it. Look at how you took something that could destroy many people, and you were just like, you know what? I'm gonna get through this, and now you're beyond it. You're moving past it. If you're not all the way beyond it now, you see a light at the end of the tunnel. And if you don't, let me tell you, it's coming. Clearly. You transmuted and transformed it into power and strength. Of course there is anger there. Of course there is grief there. Natural. This is a processing period. Anger and grief are like 2 parts of the processing period, but they're not the end of it. They're steps along the way to power and strength, right? Don't get too caught up in this. Accept it if it's where you're at now. Of course, you have to. It's like when an animal, when a prey animal survives an attack in the wild, and then they just like shake to release the energy from their body, the adrenaline that they like surged when they needed to fight or fly or freeze or whatever they needed to do to survive. They have to shake it off. Literally, they like somatically process it. And this is a somatic processing of like anger and grief. You have to do it. If you avoid it, it'll get lodged, it'll get stuck. The body keeps the score. Process it and then get to where we're really going, which is power and strength. Wow. Let's pull you some tarot cards. How about this spread? Damn. Gold medalist right here. Congrats. How'd you do it? You're like, I don't fucking know, I just did it. I just did what had to be done. That's what it feels like. I did what had to be done, I had no choice. But you really did it. You did that thing. I just saw the world. On the bottom, about where we are. It's just still there. Yeah. One more after this. One more. I lied. Sorry, sue me. Any other messages or insights as it pertains to this spread? Clarity. 2 of Swords in reverse. Wanted to come out on the dragon. Power. You see clearly how powerful you are. You might have been like, in this moment, it makes sense, right? Someone who's going through a hardship like this is like, I'm weak, I'm not capable, I can't. But then you get through it and you're like, oh no, that was a lie. I can do whatever I want. I can do anything, right? It's like that. You see that now. That's the reality. The reality is you are powerful. You are not weak. Ooh, you are not weak. The Hermit in reverse. Coming out of isolation, right? This could be a hermit energy. It feels like you were like out on my own. But again, it feels like that energy I was tuning into when I began this reading before I pulled any cards of like, feels like you're headed out on a road trip with friends now. It like feels like you got through this dark night, this lonely period, this hermit period of isolation. And now you have your people around you, right? That are like, no, we got to get this car out the desert. We're done with that. Like, the Hermit is in a desert kind of his own. He's in the Arctic, right? Look at that, all that snow on the ground. It's like, the Arctic is a desert too. It's just a cold one. It's like you were alone. But it got you in touch with something. Your power, right? What's he holding? Fire. It got you. What's the dragon breathe? Fire. It got you in touch with your power. Not, I mean, ideal by any means. I'm not saying that like it was ideal, like you would have chosen that for yourself. Of course you wouldn't, but it got you in touch with something, and now we're moving into like a different kind of moment, a powerful moment, one where we know how strong we are, and we can find people who won't like abandon us in our time of need, like we were. Wow, yeah, you were really judgment, like reborn, like answering a call. Like, this is just like you, whatever happened, whatever you're coming out of now, it really, like, you are a changed person. You are a changed person. It might help. And if I say this and you're like, fuck you, valid. It might help for you to think of this period of difficulty and isolation, of like really doing it for yourself, like there was a reason. Like some fire, some flame was being kindled inside of you. Of course, I don't, think the universe punishes people, but challenge can fortify and strengthen us. And it really did. Like, this wants to come out on the whale of, like, strong. It also wants to come out on the dragon of, like, you were reborn to be this. You are now this kind of person, and there's no denying it. I mean, this is, like, Gabriel's trumpet. Like, this is, like, so loud, we cannot deny it. Like, this way you are now, this way you know yourself to be now, right? You know yourself to be now is, like, it's undeniable. Again, it's like no one can look at you now and be like, they're weak. No. It is undeniable how strong you are. It's undeniable. And things are changing. Things are changing. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Cups. This is the reality. This is the illusion. If you are so focused on like what happened, again, this, of like what happened in the past, the camel in the desert, like I didn't get this was so difficult, people abandoned me like this, you're not gonna see that like the tides are changing, right? The wheel is turning, fortune is moving in your favor. The universe is offering you a way out, a new opportunity, a change in your luck, but you'll miss it if you stay focused on, and it's understandable if you do, but you don't want to miss this opportunity. You don't want to miss fortune, the chance to expand beyond this difficulty. You don't want to miss growth. You don't want to miss replenishment, right? This is like you've been walking in the desert, dying of thirst, and the universe is like, water, drink. You don't want to miss it because you're like, fuck, I'm so thirsty, I can't look up. I'm just shuffling my feet, looking down. You don't want to miss it. Nourishment. Life-saving. The wheel is turning. Things are turning in your favor. In your favor. It's understandable if you're in your head about that, but again, what just fell out on the Two of Swords in reverse, the High Priestess. You have a lot of majors here right now. You have the High Priestess, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Hermit, you have Judgment. This is a big moment. You see clearly now. Like, you had to rely on yourself for so long that you are so in touch with your internal compass system, you'll never lose that connection. You'll never lose that connection. Once you're in touch with it in this kind of way, once you are reborn to be this kind of person, right? Once you have this grasp of the power, the fire you hold, right? Unless you stay stuck in the past, unless you stay upset and resentful and, sad over what happened, instead of like taking advantage of the nourishment, the oasis, the opportunity, the escape route, the strength, the power, this, spiritual knowing. Again, the whale is, I don't know if I said this when it came out, but it is, for me, the High Priestess. Double down. You have this ability to just know now. You are in touch with your own compass. And it's pointing north. We're headed away. We're moving out. We're moving beyond. Right underneath, at the overall, the moon in reverse. Clarity, where once there was none. Coming out of a dark and shadowy period and into the light. Right? This is where we are. And then underneath the moon in reverse, the 10 of Cups. We are way beyond the shadowland, right? Way beyond the desert. We're coming into our full beauty. Like a better period than any we've had in the last decade of our life. We're moving towards it. And we got to it through hardship, so we'll appreciate it better, right? There is a way that if this was just given to you 10 years ago, you might not have appreciated just how fortunate it is to get this, right? You might have been like, nah, I want it to look like this, and then not realize the gift you're being offered. But now you see. You know, you realize, you understand, you appreciate, you are grateful for. You are overwhelmed by the beauty that awaits you, that surrounds you, that is available to you. Hallelujah, right? Like, damn, you deserve it. Shit. I mean, shit. This wants to come out. There it is. Yeah, that's funny. Six of Cups, I'll talk about that in a second. Six of Cups in reverse, Eight of Wands. This feels like, again, Six of Cups is like, upright is like childhood patterns, like things that have been with us emotionally for eons. In reverse, it's like we're releasing something, and Eight of Wands moving forward rapidly. Progress can be made rapidly now when you let go of that kind of shit into like some kind of beauty, right? We couldn't see the way to get Three of Wands in reverse, Ten of Pentacles. We couldn't see the way to get like a good life for ourselves. It felt like every path forward was blocked, right? Of course it did. And it probably was for a long period of time, but you're coming out of that now, out of the Shadowland. You can get that. And then our old friend is back, the world. I'm trying to find the words that give this moment the magnitude that it deserves. But look, you can have the world. It's being offered to you. And you'll appreciate it, right? Because you had to come through this. You had to come through this. So you'll know. You'll know. You'll rejoice, right? Manna in the wilderness, an oasis in the desert, a resting place for like a weary soul. Congratulations. You deserve it. This is, I mean, you have the world, judgment, the high priestess, the moon, wheel of fortune. Big shit happening. Things are really, you might look back at this moment and it's like hard turn. My life took a whole different direction. And it's one that is so, of such magnitude, you won't be able to appreciate it until you get beyond it. But when you get, like, look back at this moment in like another decade and you'll be like, shit, things were never the same. Things were never the same. Let's get you one final parting message from Spirit, from the Gaia Oracle deck. See what they have to say as we part ways. Coming out of the desert, out of the darkness into the light. Relief, fortune, turning in your favor. At last. One more. Can I get a final parting message from my... Wow, that's way too many. Can I get a final parting message from my Sagittarius, please? Thought that one was coming up. Can I get one final parting message from my... Yes. Sacred Earth Mother, 42, a message of love. You are loved. You are held. You are supported right now. You are... The universe is carrying you because it wants you to get through this. You are also carrying yourself. I mean, you are doing the bulk of the work right now, but like what you feel like you cannot do, the universe will do for you because it wants you to get beyond this, because there is a reason for you to get beyond this. There's something waiting for you, a promised land waiting for you. You just got to get beyond this. I'm gonna like cry already. I know, I can tell. We travel the endless corridors of our mind until one day we find a pathway that leads us to our heart. Who you truly are has nothing to do with your personality or your achievements, successes, or failures. The you think you are is an actor playing a role that your soul has chosen. The essence of you is soul, light with no beginning or end. You are an eternal spark of pure creativity, unlimited potential that yearns to be expressed and fulfilled. Your potential is your destiny. It awaits your call. Trust your heart and apply its love and wisdom to all you do. In this way, all you create or do will be a true expression of your soul. It is through expressing your truth that you create things of lasting value. Be true to you. Be true to you. To you. I am, in essence, light and soul. I am pure creative potential. I am guided by my heart. I apply love and wisdom to all I say and do, and you do. I'm gonna make a medal for you. Olympic gold, surviving, thriving. The promised land awaits. Talk soon. Bye.